Ladies and gentlemen, counterculture-wise listeners, I am so excited to be here with the amazing, the beautiful, the incredibly talented Cali Tucker. She is an up-and-comer in the country world. She just released an awesome video. We'll show you snippets of that. And we have a lot to talk about. So before we begin, Miss Cali Tucker, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs?
Well, hello everyone. It's so nice to meet you all and so good to be on this show. Thank you for having me. I'll make it pretty simple. If you go to calitucker.com, I've got all my links to all of my socials right there. But big ones are Instagram and TikTok, Cali Tucker, Cali, and of course YouTube, Cali Tucker. So I make it pretty simple.
All right.
Well, simple is good.
Yeah. Jim is the musician and artist from Las Vegas, where you are from as well. So we're going to let Jim drive on this one because this is kind of his world. And you've got all the information, right?
Yeah.
And everything will be posted on counterculturewise.com with all the live links. And of course, we will shamelessly plug everything you do. So let's talk about your video, and it looks like an upcoming clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a work in progress, but yes, that's the goal for sure.
Oh, I forgot to mention that you were a finalist on season 6 of The Voice. That's big. That is so
That is huge.
Tell us about that.
Oh gosh, it was so long ago, but yes, I mean, it was what really brought me out to Las Vegas from Nashville. After I got off the show, I was really ready for a change, and I wanted to use the opportunity of being on The Voice as a platform to take my career to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And I just so happened that my battle partner, Ryan White Maloney, he was living in Vegas performing at the time, and I became such good friends with him, and we would talk like every day after the show, and he was like, why don't you just move to Vegas and here? It was like a no-brainer because I was working as a bartender and cocktail waitress in Nashville trying to survive financially, to be a writer, to be a performer. And in Nashville, it's really hard to make a living as a full performer.
So competitive there. Yeah.
Say it again.
I said it's very competitive in Nashville.
It's not necessarily that it's competitive. I'll be honest with you. It's just that the venues and the artists there are willing to do it. The artists there are willing to do it for less than what I think they should be getting. And anybody's like, I think people think that they're going to get discovered singing on Broadway, and it's really just not the case at all. And so everyone's value goes down, and it's just. It doesn't make sense, a full band for 4 hours for $400. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to play down there. And I knew that because I grew up in Nashville. I knew that was the thing. So I knew I couldn't survive on that. So I wanted to move to Vegas. And sure enough, out here we're really supported in live entertainment, and they take really good care of us, and it's been fantastic. So
that's awesome. So you are headlining right now in Vegas?
Yes, I do.
So cool.
I do probably 5 to 6 nights a week with different venues, and I adore it. I love it so much. I have so much fun, and I get to do my own thing, and it really is the Cali show in the most fun way. You probably can't even imagine what I do, and you have to come see me live to really understand what I do as a performer. You can hear my music, you can watch the video, you can watch my social media, but you really don't get an idea of what I actually do until you come see me live. So I really encourage everybody, come to Vegas, check my schedule on my website, and come see me because it's fun.
Next time that Melanie and I are in town, and it should happen sometime again next year, we'll definitely make it happen. We'll see.
We'll let it cool down first.
Yeah. So when you were on The Voice, you chose to be on Blake Shelton's team. That good choice, real good choice. How did he mentor you? What kind of a mentor was he to you?
I mean, I wasn't on for very long, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But for the time that I did have him, I have to tell you, he was fantastic. He is a doll. He is a sweetheart. He is a genuinely authentic, good person. From what I was able to experience with him, I love him to death.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. Absolutely.
And
How much do you think that The Voice had to do with, you said it was kind of the launching pad, but does it follow you and help you, or does it haunt you?
Definitely doesn't haunt me for
Okay,
sure.
good.
I
yeah.
I'm very grateful for that opportunity. It
Mhm.
was wonderful. I honestly, like, I know everybody's experience is different, and
Right.
I think it
Right.
is make of it. You know,
Yeah.
like, I hadn't had that opportunity. Gosh, where would I be? What would I be doing? But the fact
Right.
opportunity really did incentivize me to move to Vegas
Mhm.
and like start my career out here and do what I'm doing. You
Mhm.
know, would that have happened if I hadn't gone on The Voice and met my friend Ryan and then he encouraged me to move out? You just, you know what I mean? Like, I, and then of course, you know, obviously having the platform of like I was on The Voice behind
Mhm.
me was a great marketing tool for venue.
Mhm.
They loved that and it brought people in and helped me
Mhm.
build the following that I have.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
do have a couple of friends who competed in season 5 from Washington State, and it only helped them.
Yeah.
In those two
Yeah.
cases, it certainly just helped them.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
still both performing and recording, and yeah.
no, I mean, you have to be, I mean, the show isn't going to help you after you're off the show. So you've got to
Right.
take the initiative to like,
Absolutely.
what a great opportunity I just had. I was just
Hmm.
on television. I've got all this promo material regarding this. How can I
Right.
utilize it to benefit me? So you really do have to push yourself and you have to want it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, and I think for a lot of performers, and not just The Voice, but American Idol, all those kinds of talent shows, uh, there's so many very talented people, but after they've even after they if they've won, you know, even if they win the season, they don't necessarily have careers after that. You know, they have to. It's like you said, you have to promote yourself. You can't just rely on that
right.
for your career. Um, so I appreciate what you did so far. You by all appearances, you're doing great. I was listening to your album Cover Girl. For those of you who have never heard it, it's covers of songs from everybody from Adele to Etta James to Stevie Nicks, and
Now that's
you add your own flavor to all of these songs, and I personally really enjoyed it.
Well,
Um, you're very welcome. The I I thought that it takes a lot to do that. People don't seem to understand you have to, especially if you're not signed to Sony or Universal or something like that, you really have to market yourself. And so it takes a lot of energy to do that kind of thing. Am I on the right track with that?
oh yeah. I mean, I did this Cover Girl album for the fans that would come see me and they wanted
Hmm.
tangible to take home with them. That was,
Hmm.
you know, because they were very, you know, just very supportive. And actually Ryan White Maloney, my friend from The Voice, he actually
Hmm.
produced that album with me and
Hmm.
very long ago. And look, listening to it now, I'm like, gosh, my voice has changed. The quality of my
Yeah.
changed,
Yeah.
and it's quite old at this point. But it was just a really just like something to give to people just so they could have it. And
Hmm.
until I was ready to release my original material, that was something I could have. But
Absolutely.
people enjoyed it. I mean, yeah.
Well, the video that I first got to see you on is your most recent video, which is so much fun, and the
Yeah, it's a
clothing
lot of
is
fun.
amazing. So, how much of that was just pure Cali, and how much of that was an amazing producer having I mean, hats in the desert and the pink car, and I mean, oh my gosh,
It's fun to watch.
yeah, it was like the Barbie movie, only good.
Thank you for saying that. That is such a big compliment. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Um, I don't even know where to begin because it was literally a dream come true. It was
Mhm.
the best 2 days of filming of my life. Now, all the prep leading up to it was fun, but it was like, okay, this is my first music video. How do
Mhm.
I come across? How can I make this so authentically me that when people see it, they go, we get her. We know her.
Mhm.
We see her personality. I wanted my personality to shine through. So it is as authentic me as you
Mhm.
can probably get without knowing me or meeting me. I
It's
wanted
it does, it's very, very likable. I mean, it's just so fun, and the little coy looks you give to the camera. It's like, oh my gosh, she would be so much fun.
And and you, unlike a lot of, I mean, I'm an actor. I understand when people are acting joyful or whatever. You radiated absolute joy, like you were having the absolute time of your life, and it was infectious. I really enjoyed it very much.
How did you do all of those wardrobe changes in only 2 days? I mean, you literally went through all of the Spice Girls, every
Yeah.
you literally changed outfits so many
I find it
times.
unbelievable you did that in 2 days of shooting. I mean, yeah, the preparation time was weeks, but actually just even making that many scenery changes, that many um, costume changes, and
Yeah.
this was mostly your wardrobe. You didn't. If I understand correctly, this is mostly your wardrobe.
Seriously, right down to the
Already.
Marilyn Monroe, like for reals.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'll just kind of like quickly explain some of the wardrobe and
Sure.
things. So you first see me. Well, first of all, the first clip is you see my mom's album in the
Mhm.
video, and I have to pay homage to her every second, every chance I get.
Oh,
So
that's so sweet. That's like Carol tugging on her ear. That is so cute.
yeah, no, I and she was obviously she was the one driving the truck.
Mm.
And that yeah, I just always want to include my mom in all these fun things that I get to do musically because I wouldn't be doing it without her. You know,
Right.
biggest
Right.
supporter. But that first scene where you see me with the hat, that's the the feather hat look is what I'm
Mhm.
talking. It's
Right.
actually signed, and I'm wanting to get it patented and actually be able to have those created and sold to the fans that want to buy them.
Mhm.
And the piece that goes over your cowboy hat, and it's custom made, and I designed it, and my very best girlfriend Dominique uh, basically helped me put it together, and she put it together. I just designed the what I wanted to look like, so that was really cool. But all of the outfits, like the scene in the very beginning where I do the runway look,
Mhm.
Mhm.
there were supposed to be 16 outfits in that look, in that sequence.
Wow.
Fortunately, there was a problem with editing that we didn't realize till after. So not all of the outfits made the shot, but um, there's a pink dress, like a raspberry pink dress I'm wearing in that shot that I wore at my 8th grade prom.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
It's and there's another pink dress that my mom wore when she sang for Colonel Sanders, and he signed the bottom of the dress. Like there's there's just so many special moments. And then there's the crown
Mhm.
sash that actually I was Miss Teen All American 2000. I won it when I was 15 in Miami, Florida. It was a national title, and I got to rewear that crown and sash at that moment. And then the actually the Marilyn Monroe dress is my friend Cody Alexander. She is one of the best, if not the best, impersonator here in Las Vegas. She does Marilyn. She does Madonna, amazing. She does Gwen Stefani. So she allowed me to wear that dress of hers, which was such an honor and a privilege because I know she wouldn't do that for just anybody. And then
Right. Right.
also recreate the iconic moment. Well, not necessarily an iconic moment, but the paintings where Audrey Hepburn is blowing the bubble.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I know that's not like a real thing, but it's paintings that have the bubble blowing, and I wanted to recreate that moment and have it be funny and pop in my face.
Yeah, it was adorable with the pearls and everything. Really,
Yeah.
really well done. Because I mean, you totally got the Audrey Hepburn vibes. And okay, so I have to ask, did you use guys from Magic Mike for the Maryland scene?
They're Chippendales dancers.
Ah, so
Okay.
close.
They are
Yeah.
the sweetest. Oh my God. What a trip. What an honor to work with them. Like
Wow. Yeah.
the Chippendales dancers. My God. Like yeah, they were amazing, and they're so pro, and they're so sweet, and they're so good looking, and they're
Mhm.
dear friends of mine now. And yeah, I'd never met them until that day. But
Well,
now
if
we're
folks are listening on audio only, you're missing out because we're running the video here on the side, and you're gonna want to watch it for
Definitely
sure.
worth a
And
view of
definitely
2 or 25.
follow
Yeah.
the
It's
links,
been
yeah,
very
to
very
go
nicely
and
done.
watch it in its entirety. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me about the purple butterfly looking, almost Hispanic. I don't even know what to call it. Really fluffy dress. What?
Yeah. So it's a monarch butterfly dress, and it is huge,
Mm.
huge. And I knew I just wanted to give it just a quick moment. Some of these little dresses that I just love, and sometimes I just buy dresses just to have them, and then I'll be able to use them for like big venue shows and things like that. I know I know they'll probably come in handy, but I've gotten to wear that for a couple of different events that have been really special. But it is so huge. I can't even explain it. You didn't even get the full aspect of that dress, but it's really pretty.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of taking over because the clothes are so much fun.
No, it's not a big deal. It's
Yeah, it really is a fun video, and I know
yeah.
you. So, what is next? Oh, wait. Okay,
But before
there's going to have to be a Cali museum of your clothing, just on like people can just see them like wax figures or something. Because I mean, what does your
One day,
closet look like? I can't even imagine.
don't look at it. It's terrible. Yeah, so I have clothes in every closet, and obviously some of them are guest bedrooms, but yeah, there's a lot. But I
Some
save a lot.
of them are guest bedrooms.
Yeah, no, I save a lot from my pageant days and my mom's, and so
Sure.
I collect them.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first started doing pageants?
I was like 12, 13, 14. I think I
Mm.
Okay.
was actually, yeah. And it was my mom's friend had my mom's friend's daughter was doing pageants, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to do that," because I always watched like Miss Universe, Miss USA, and
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to do that. I just have a really competitive spirit, and I
Yeah.
just thought that would be really fun at the time.
Good
And
competitive spirit is a good thing to have in showbiz. It's important.
yeah,
I was just wondering, and I know this is such a cliched question that people ask musicians on their shows, but who are some of your musical influences?
I have a lot, and some that you would not expect probably.
Hmm.
So I grew up listening to a lot of country music. I mean, 90s
Hmm.
country music, old school Patsy Cline,
Hmm.
um, oldies, lots of oldies. My mom would buy me the CDs of the oldies, and I mean, I would get so excited
Hmm.
when I would get them in the mail. It would just be, oh God, I would lose myself in this music. And
Hmm.
then, of course, like going to school, when she would drive us to school, we'd be listening to 92.9 soft rock and Michael
Hmm.
Bolton, Celine Dion, and
Hmm.
uh, pretty eclectic. And then it wasn't until I was probably in middle school when I would like start riding the bus to school, or I would be influenced by the other kids' music, and I
Hmm.
got introduced to like Matchbox 20.
Sure. Yeah, they're great.
My favorite band of all time, like my favorite. And then I heard rap music by Do or Die. I heard, I mean, Shania Twain was she was actually the biggest influence. Like I knew from a young age
Hmm.
her 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 branding and like her music style and
Hmm.
the excitement and fun that always was surrounding her music was like exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But
I had
I
a
have
yeah.
I've been musically influenced by so many. I mean, Sublime, like
Hmm.
things that you just would not think. But I love all different types of music. And what's great is like because I sing so much,
Hmm.
and in my downtime, I love listening to like New Orleans jazz
Oh yeah.
or New
Sure.
York piano jazz. Like,
Hmm.
well, just I relax into this beautiful melodies of this music and these great musicians, and that is something I really really love.
Good.
That is cool. I love it when you have multiple influences, because even when you are doing the covers, it gives you more ideas and different directions you can
Oh
go.
yeah.
But then when you sit down to write your own stuff, do you have to be in a certain place, a certain frame of mind, a certain mood, or is it stuff that just comes to you in the middle of the night?
I'm constantly writing stuff down in my notes on my phone, just different ideas. And then sometimes melodies, I'll record them on my note or my recorder, voice recorder.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think I can only write when there's just like total peace in my space and in my
Mm.
Hmm.
I'm just like that. I've been in situations where I would write every day with co-writers, and that would be kind of a job. And I just
Mhm.
really didn't love that. I just love being able to do it when there's space and time and peace for it. Because
Mhm.
I got all these ideas that I write down throughout the days and the weeks and the months that go by. But being able to really get into that space of writing is it just doesn't turn on for me. I have to relax into it, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah, and when I do, it's such a fun, it's such a fun place for me to be in, because I love starting the songs by myself, because I want to get everything out I need to get out, because
Mhm.
I need to do that. And then I like bringing it to my team and going, let's tweak this, let's make this, let's really dial this in, because I really like
Mhm.
going. So but yeah, I mean, I think that is what you said earlier was the key to where I'm at now, is having learned all these cover songs and having continue to learn and introduce myself to new music and learn new songs and perform
Mhm.
them,
Mhm.
is what makes me great. Is I think what could make anybody great.
Mhm.
Um, I probably was an okay singer back in the day, but it wasn't until I moved to Vegas where I was forced into, learning 3 to 5 hours worth of material
Mhm.
that made me really dial in my sound, my stage
Mhm.
presence. It increased my range, both the low and the high. Like it really made me the best I could possibly be. I'm grateful for being here to be able to do this. So and gosh, and yeah, like when you're actually learning the songs and reading the lyrics, you're either going, that's terrible, or
Mhm.
that's amazing.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, that's a learning. You're learning there about like writing and why does this make sense to me? Why does this
Right.
not? What would I do differently?
Yeah. I often talk about this with other creatives when I'm looking back at something I've written, whether it's a sketch for a show, short story, book, whatever, or a stage play, and I've done all those. But I look back and I can't even believe it was me who did it.
Mm.
There
Right.
was like there was some other inspiration, God, I don't know for sure what it is, but you just it's like, wow, that was me. I can't quite believe I did that.
It's a little hard to credit for it because you're like, this is so good.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
how did I do that? Where did that even come from?
Right.
Like, I'm the worst at giving myself credit for stuff, but there, some of the lines of Country Couture, and this is a cheeky song, like this is a quirky song. I
Yeah, it's
just think
fun.
it's so funny. Like some of the lines that I came up with are so cheeky and
Hmm.
funny. Well, I know I'm funny, but that's pretty clever, just
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and then some of the other songs that I'm going to be releasing in the very, very near future is like, where did that even come? Like, where did that come from? How did I? That's a hard line, in my
Hmm.
head.
Right.
"Dang," like I just held that on the head, and it
Mm.
feels really good, but it's hard. You kind of be like, somebody else did that. I just wrote it,
Like you were channeling, in other
Yeah,
words. Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
else's great ideas, not mine.
Hmm. Hmm.
But it was yours.
Yeah.
You were still the channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
a lot of creators say that you'll get this moment and it just feels like it's flowing through you.
Hmm.
And I think there's a certain energy that we tap into that when we're in our happy place, which doesn't necessarily have to be a physical place, but a place mentally, we're just able to tap into that energy and use it to flow through us. So you seem to be an extra tapper. You you have an extra in, maybe two lines plugged in. I think you're double dipping. So
No,
was
like I said, I have to be at peace and really like us into the zone when I'm writing, and yeah,
Hmm.
when I'm in that space, it does feel like it just like things start to flow out much easier than if it was forced into
right.
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. So your team, how many of them did you drag from Nashville and how many of them did you grab from Las Vegas or did you pull them from all over the place?
Well, my producer and co-writer of the song are based out of LA, but they come to Vegas all the time. It's Kahara PK Degadenzi and Trisha Batani, both platinum writers, platinum selling writers, amazing people, and I so grateful to have gotten to work with them and their family now. We get each other. It's great. It's a great team, me and them. And then as far as the music video, I actually went down this massive rabbit hole to try to find the perfect music video production company. And I knew I wanted it to be here, actually local in Las Vegas. Because I had more resources here than I did back in Nashville because I've been gone 10 years. So I knew I had to do it here. And so I found them, luckily enough, that they had a extensive background in music videos, particularly, which was important. And I was actually hard to find. It was really hard to find. So Quantum Arc Media, they're the
Quantum Arc, right?
Yeah. And Justin Robinson is the director, and Michael Forrest, is it Ford?
I believe it's pronounced Forsh.
Forrest. Oh God.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill me.
Nah, he won't kill you. He's not a killing type.
But yeah, Michael Forrest was the producer, and the whole team working with him was impeccable, just unbelievably seamless, and we just work really well together because I'm super organized and I'm a planner, and I got everything the way I want it, and they let me do every creative idea I wanted to do, and that's unheard of. It seems like in the industry.
Right.
No, we can't do that. No, anything was possible with them.
Yeah, because a lot of producers and directors, they have a vision, and by golly, they're going to stick to that vision if it doesn't mesh with yours. But it seemed like you just had that atmosphere in that video of everybody being in sync and wanting your success and wanting it to be the best it can be. So hats off to them.
Yeah, everybody that showed up was good friends of mine. Nobody was paid actor, maybe except for the Chippendales dancers, but they're friends now.
Gonna make friends with Chippendales. That looked like a really fun time. So we kind of just very gently, lightly touched on your possible upcoming clothing line outside of the hats. And not everybody's going to be able to wear, the jeans and the belt buckles and the tank tops and get away with it. You would not want to see me in that. So what kind of things are you coming up with?
I'm designing stuff for everybody. Don't worry. I'm going to find something that everybody feels comfortable in, but it's going to feel just a little bit more upscale than the norm. You know what I mean? Be a wide. That's what country couture is. It's about making fashion that's not fast fashion. Let me make that very clear. That is affordable and exciting to be able to wear, because I know that I find it very difficult to find clothing made in America that if I don't like it, I can ship it back, no issues. Made in America that people can afford and that is upscale, and from a t-shirt to a couture gown. I want to be able to have that wide range. But for now, because we're just getting the music out, we're getting things kind of rolling. We are going to do a line of merch that is geared towards country couture, and it's going to be drop shipped. So it's not exactly going to be the type of quality of I want some amazing t-shirts and stuff, but people are going to be able to at least have something of mine from the very beginning, and it's going to be kind of a limited edition until the real official stuff starts coming out. But we're working on that right now. I'm really excited just to get something out there for everybody to just kind of have for now, because I want to think it designers. I want to partner with big designers, and we create certain lines together. That's the goal.
So for now, the links that we send out, they will be able to get at least some merch related to your show. And are you going to be touring at all, or are you pretty darn happy in Vegas?
Oh no, I want to be touring. We're putting together the show right now, and obviously I'm an unsigned artist and still working independently. So all of these things take time, a little more time. I was backed by a label. But that's the goal. I mean, my dream is actually to be signed with Capitol, simply because my mom was. She was with them 5 albums, and I'd love to follow in those footsteps. But we're not there yet. But we're working towards that goal.
That doesn't get much bigger than Capitol. I mean, the Beatles and Beach Boys and.
You you'd think you'd be
Frank
able to put a
Sinatra,
little
for
bit of
Pete's sake.
nepotism on them, you know, like, hey guys, you know.
Capital. Mhm. Yeah. Hey, it's all very possible, and
Mhm.
I'm, I'm going through the motions of working to try to get their attention. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, touring is, I think, the ultimate goal for me is because I am a live performer. That's what I do. That's where I thrive, and that's where I always want to be. So putting the band together, that is, it's a great fun show. That's a big priority right now. So we're working on dialing that in,
Mhm.
and then obviously start booking outside of Las Vegas. So it's all coming together. It's a slow roll, but I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
I
A
think
slow
you're setting
roll
up,
is
yeah,
is still a roll.
I think
It's
you're
still
setting a
a
foundation though that's going to serve you going
Yeah.
forward no matter what.
no, I'm
Mhm.
not process. I want it to be of quality. I never want to put out anything that's not just amazing, So yeah, you won't until it's everything is dialed in and ready, which should be by the fall, honestly. So it's not really that far away,
Oh, okay.
but I think we'll probably be booking for, next spring.
No, that is really fast.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wish it could happen overnight, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is slow for me.
Well, that's kind of a joke that we talk about where you work for, a decade and then everybody calls you an overnight sensation. Like you haven't been doing all that work all that time. Just
Mhm.
all of a sudden they notice you. It's like, yeah, but I really put in the time. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That will not be the case with me. I'm pretty sure people will know. Like, oh no, she's been at this.
yeah,
Hot second.
yeah. Well, I mean, it only takes just one be in the right place at the right time once and off you go. It seems to be like you've kind of been charmed in that, not just in being in the right place at the right time, but also in putting in the work simultaneously. And I think a lot of people lean on one or the other, and you've just got both going for
Yeah.
you.
And native talent. Native talent is
Yeah.
good.
How you said you honor your mom in everything you do. How's mom taking all of this? Does she want to travel with you? Is she nearby? Are you dragging her? Is she coming willingly?
She's sitting right across from me right now. So
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I love the interview and I love y'all automatically. You're
Oh,
just
just
Thank you. Thank you. We try to make it a pleasant experience. We try not to pull too many teeth.
awesome. Awesome.
yeah, no, she's very supportive, and we she's my bestie. We have such a good time together. We just went to Cancun for the first time. It was my
Oh,
first
nice.
adult vacation. I kid you not, my first adult vacation as an adult, and we went together. And it was really fun, and yeah, we just do everything together. So she's, like I said, I would not be doing this if it hadn't been for her, and of course my aunt as well. Like, it was them both that was influencing me at a young age to want to be a singer. And but I fought. My mom can tell you, like, this has been my path, my journey, um, of discovery on who I am as an artist. And there's been no leg up, and they've just been supportive along the way as I've grown and developed who I am. So, but yeah, they know I've worked really, really hard to be where I'm at now. So I think they're very proud.
What does mom's wardrobe look like? It's,
You know what? We really need to go back to Nashville to her house and grab a ton more, because there's so many beautiful clothes. She's got this leather two-piece leather outfit that there's this like really cool pictures of her taken from back in the day. And I actually wore it in one of the sequences, but it didn't make the cut because of editing issues, unfortunately. But she's got I mean, I wear a ton of her gowns just kind of nightly. And I'm so glad she kept them over the years. How special.
I know,
So
that's history. That's
it is wild. I mean, and if you go to YouTube and type in Lacosta Tucker, you're going to
right
see
now.
some of these dresses. There's one that's what is the song? Is it the blue one? What's the blue dress song? What'll I do? Okay, the song called What'll I Do,
mhm.
and singing it live on the Ralph Emery show, Pop Goes Country.
I think I've seen the leather outfit. Yeah.
Pop Goes Country, and it's blue with diamonds sewn into it. It's like crochet.
Yeah.
And I wear it all the time. She has a white one and a blue one. I wear that one all the time. It is so
Apple
Pretty-
doesn't fall
I
far
need-
from the tree. No, we're looking at videos and pictures of your mom, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that is a
yeah,
gorgeous dress.
that is beautiful.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I get to wear
Mhm.
that as much as I want. I love that. She's
Nice.
so sweet to let me wear those dresses because it's like, oh my God,
Hmm.
I could easily at any second, you know?
You're both so tiny, just itty bitty. Just, I can't imagine being that tiny. You know what's really fabulous about you and now looking at your mom is a lot of pop singers and even country singers are doing the basically sequined bathing suit look. And you're just so much more
It's
classy.
tasteful. It's tasteful.
and
Thank you for saying that. Like, yeah, no, I have one moment in Country Couture where I say it when I drive a Bugatti, it's good for my body. It's kind of like a thing, but my friend let me borrow it. So Cody
Mhm.
asked, there was one more outfit, but I was like, I never want to be overly sexual looking. There is that fine line.
Sure.
More of a Dior gal. I am more of an Oscar de la Renta.
Mhm.
That's what I want to exude. I don't want to exude, you know, like I said, fast fashion stuff or things. I don't need to be overly sexy to be appealing. I don't feel like.
Well, I feel
Well,
like
I mean, I think it appeals to more people, a broader audience, if you're not dressed like overly sexily. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think.
to me, true sexiness is that thing that you exude regardless of
Mhm.
what you're wearing. And when you can just rock like this beautiful red sequined outfit your mom's in, and you still just it's almost like a what's the word of the confidence.
Mhm.
It's a confidence.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I don't need to have all my skin hanging out every which way, and I don't need to twerk and do all that
Well,
stuff.
then it takes away from you and your talent. It
Right.
starts to become, it becomes
Not
something
that
that
anybody in particular, and but
no.
it
No,
just seems
anybody, yeah, that does that. I mean, I guess I don't feel comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I
Right.
don't feel doing that. It just makes me feel
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Mhm.
It's not for me now.
Mhm.
I love a great bodysuit, but like a
Sure.
body that covers, you know, like
Mhm.
everything shows my figure. Like there's just certain ones like, yeah, I mean, I might push the envelope one day, but I just feel like there is a broader audience that I want to reach. And
Mhm.
no, I'm not saying that I'm a role model in any way, shape, or form, but I want kids to be able to like watch this. Like I watch Shania Twain and go, I want to be like her. I
Mhm.
love doing, you know, I want to do exactly what she's doing, just like I did with Shania. So,
Mhm.
Shania, is she still have a residency there?
yes, I just saw the show for the first time. Like,
Did you get to meet her?
no,
I
no,
bet you will. I bet you will eventually.
I, I hope it's at the Grammys.
I love it.
Nice. I had a friend in college who used to work at this small rundown casino outside of Seattle, and she was raving about this singer. And this was in like 1991, 92. And she said she had such a great stage presence and she was so beautiful and treated everybody really nicely. And she has this interesting name. It's Shania. So she's playing this little teeny club in the middle of nowhere. 2, 3 years later, she's playing stadiums all over the world. And it's like, same thing could happen.
Ride a horse down the Las Vegas Strip. I
Yeah.
mean, that's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's,
she truly is. She is iconic in every
Mhm.
way, from the way she looks to the music and the
Right.
story. And she's so kind. She seems
Mhm.
like the kindest person. So why that you can't get a much better role model than that, you know? Like,
No, not at all.
but,
Didn't
yeah,
let it get to her head.
I know. No, she never did. It didn't seem like, and she struggled. She's had her own struggles. Like,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
look at what she's
Mhm.
been through recently, and she's still risen above it. But
Mhm.
apologies, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
All right. So when you are a mega, mega superstar and you're meeting Shania Twain at the Grammys, how are you going to keep yourself grounded?
Oh, that's easy. I just remember what I've been through.
Mm.
There's been no silver spoon put in my mouth. Let me tell you, I have worked every day. I actually said this the other day. When I was 15, I thought I'm going to go get a job. So I got a job at Sonic, and I ain't stopped since. Have not stopped working since. I've missed out on so many cool things that I could have been doing because I was, dedicated to whatever work I was doing at the time, whether it was working at Sonic or serving or bartending or bar managing or singing at Dollywood or singing in Vegas. Like, I've never stopped. And um, I'm going to be too grateful. I'm going to be too grateful to ever think for 1 second that I'm better than anyone else or anything. Like I say it all the time.
Mhm.
Like people are like, what's your dream venue? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if it's a bar in Nashville or if it's a huge stadium or a world tour. I listen. I'm just grateful to be able to continue to be able to do this. That's the thing. Having longevity in this career is kind of like winning the lottery.
Mhm.
Mhm.
At no point would I ever think that, I'm too good for something or I don't appreciate people's time and energy and the help and the people that support me. I don't even like really using the word fans because it is so much more than that. When you support me and like my music and think that what I'm doing is special and it impacts you in some way, I just feel like, God, you're a friend. You're a friend to
Mhm.
me. I want people to feel that like I'm your best friend. I'm not somebody that's untouchable, and I want to connect with everybody. I want you to come to the shows. I want to meet you. I don't want to feel like I don't want you to feel like I'm some you know untouchable artist. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
it's just
So you're still pretty down to earth. I think that's part of it is did you grow up in Nashville? Where'd you grow up?
yeah. No, I grew
You
up in
did.
Franklin. Yeah.
All right.
And,
So you've got the Southern hospitality thing going for you. So that's probably what keeps you cool.
yeah. I wasn't a very popular person in school. I was I ate lunch in the bathroom a lot of the times. Like I was not a popular person. I didn't have many friends. And a lot of people don't know that. I struggled a lot. I actually I struggled so much that by the time I was a sophomore in high school, I told my mom, I said, "Hey, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. I can't take this." The social aspect was killing me, and I was doing terrible in school. I knew I always wanted to be a singer, so it was never party being in school and being a good student. But I tried. But
Mhm.
it was I was so unhappy going to school every day because I felt like no one. And I'm not really sure why. I think a girl came up to me many years ago. I ran into her and we went to high school together. She's like, "Oh, I always thought you were a B. Can I cuss on here? No.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
I always thought you were a bitch." And I was like, "Why? Why did you think that?" And she's like, "Well, you just always look so nice and you were in pageants and da 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 da." And I'm like, "Wow, you know, we're so dumb and so
Oh
immature."
yeah.
No, kids are
We're
vicious. They're just vicious.
I'm Facebook
like,
friends with a guy who thought hated my guts when I was in school.
yeah, for
And,
no
and,
reason. Like for no reason.
and he
People
was one of those great looking guys. I thought he was Mr. Popular, and he was just as insecure as I was.
yeah.
A guy's the same way because I probably would have hated you in high school just because you're just so insanely beautiful. And then
Fair enough.
when you're nice on top of it, that just makes it worse.
Uh,
It's like you can't have it all. That's not fair.
I I do not have it all. Good Lord. Yeah, you guys could probably go back to some real fugly pictures of me, but back in the day. But I got my act together. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been through too much bad to not appreciate the good, and frankly, I don't really let things affect me anymore, and that is a great place to be in. That is such
Yeah,
like you could say anything you wanted to about me, and I would sleep like a baby. Like
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nothing really affects me anymore. I've been
what's
told too many times, and I've been rejected too much to take anything seriously.
You're
You know,
bulletproof now.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that there's a certain freedom in that too. It doesn't mean you don't care,
no,
but it gets to the point where it's like, okay, consider the source.
correct. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
no. I don't put a lot of. There's only certain things that bother me, and I won't even say what they are. But it has nothing to do with the personal stuff.
Mhm.
Personal stuff never bothers me. What people think about me is not has I don't is not my business. Like, and I think when it comes to uh, probably just like work, my work is important, and I
Mhm.
value it a lot. But if somebody doesn't like it, then I mean, I guess that's their opinion.
Different strokes for different folks,
Yeah,
and that's why there's so many genres.
no. Um, yeah, there's not much that bothered me. I keep thinking about what really bothers me. Nothing. And I really do tell people a lot, like, you know, what do I fear? And I'm like, not a damn thing. I'm not scared of anything anymore. And I just think you have to be the type of person that has gone through a lot. And I come off as a bubbly, fun person. I really am that.
Mhm.
Um, because I think there's so much to be rejoiceful for.
Mhm.
But but I've had to go through some really tough times and
Right.
really, really extreme experiences. Man, I just try to encourage anybody that is going through something that you feel like is a hurdle you're not going to be able to get over. Man, there is another side to it,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you can do it with some sort of positive outlook. There is a light at the end of the tunnel,
Mhm.
but I do feel
And
like,
it's probably not a train, but it
yeah,
we're going through it right now, and something that has really helped me is, even I don't know how religious you are, but the Bible says that we are to rejoice in all things, not necessarily for all things. And that is really hard to do sometimes. So we have to go out of our way in the morning when we get together and we pray and start our day and everything to be grateful. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. And if you have a grateful heart, even if you're faking it till you make it, even if you're like, okay, I'm grateful that I woke up in one piece. There are days where that's all you can
That's the
do.
base.
But you keep focusing on that. You keep focusing on that, and you'll bring more of it to you. And I think that's what's happening with you right now is you're focusing on so much good, and you're bringing more of it to you. And I think that's going to continue to happen just from what little I know of you and mom. So
thank.
uh, it's kind of a lesson in attitude and.
Yeah, like, not everything's like super rosy and fairy tale like all the time, but that's the goal. So I strive
Mhm.
for it every day.
Yeah.
And I did have a problem many years ago. I've gotten so much better at not celebrating my successes. Like, I wasn't even going to do like a release party for Country Couture. I was just going to let it play out and do its thing. And my friends are like, absolutely not. We are having a party. We are celebrating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Any
This is a
excuse.
huge, huge deal. And so gosh, I'm so glad I'm starting to do those things. And because, life's too short. We are not guaranteed tomorrow.
That's
Right.
And
true.
I want to have as much fun as humanly possible every single day. I want to laugh. Like, the goal in life is to laugh more, is to
There you
be,
go.
to just want the fairy tale in life. I really do. Like, my next song that's coming out is kind of reminiscent of that same theory, is never give up on the fairy tale. And
Never
that's,
give up on the fair. That's what the unicorn cup is coming from.
yeah. People are like, what's your spirit animal? I'm like, a unicorn.
Hello.
I love the creature. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. And it absolutely is a ton of work.
All
A
right.
Mhm.
So, we've been talking now for an hour and there is some stuff on the horizon. So, what is the next move for Cali Tucker?
We're going to continue to promote Country Couture, um, and continue to bring it to people that have not heard it yet. So I'm excited to make new friends, not fans, but friends.
Mhm.
And I believe we're in discussion about releasing the next single right after Labor Day. potentially. So
Excellent.
that is
Okay.
the goal. And I hope everybody that's listening follows and sees what I'm going to do next, because you never know.
You know?
Very true. Well, as we do wrap up this hour, once again, before we end the conversation, and it has been a genuine pleasure, by the way.
Thanks.
Where tell everybody one more time where they can find you.
So my website is calitucker.com, CALI, just like California. And you can sign up to receive updates on my upcoming shows or news or things like that. But at the bottom, you can click on my social media handle links and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter. But
I don't recommend being on Twitter right now.
it's
Ooh.
a
it's
cesspool.
a little wild for me. It's like the Wild West. I can't hang with that. I honestly like try not to expose myself to too much negativity. I think
Probably a
that's
good idea.
Smart move.
really important to stay in this mind frame that I feel like I have. Like, I just don't look, I don't watch the news. I don't involve myself with like any of that stuff. I just want to be, I want to absorb all the happiness in the world. There's just so not enough of it. And maybe part of like subliminally what I'm trying to do with my music is I really want you guys to listen to it and it put a smile on your face and go, man, I feel good about this. This makes me want to go jump in the pool or roll my windows down. And, you know, I want to have a party and just dance all night to this song. You know,
There you go.
I think that's even though I'm a big horror movie fan, but I really love just absorbing positive stuff as much as possible. So
Okay, that's a really sideways jag. What is your favorite horror movie?
well, I've been a fan of the Saw franchise since day one. So props to Saw. Hey, what's another good one?
Jim was in Evil Dead the musical in Vegas for gosh, like a year or two.
Yeah,
That
a
was
year.
a lot of fun.
It was.
But
That's more of a tongue in cheek.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead musical.
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
musical,
Evil
yeah,
Dead
yeah.
the musical. I played the part of Jake for a year.
No way. I would have loved to have seen that.
It was a lot of
It
fun.
ran for a long time, but it finally came to an end a few years ago.
Oh wow. Well, no, that would be cool. Oh, I thought of another one. Any of the M. Night Shyamalan movies. Huge fan.
Oh yeah, Sign. I loved Signs. Loved Signs.
Like-
That was great.
Unbelievable. Like I want to be. I want to be in his movies. Like I want to be. And I'm gonna be in his movie. Like that's what I'm gonna. Like
All right, so you're gonna win an Emmy and an Oscar and a Grammy. You're gonna do the trifecta.
Let's go. Let's
I
go.
think
Let's do this.
I think you can do it. All right. Well, you've got my vote if I were on the board.
Okay.
Well, Callie, it's been such a joy. You are so much fun. I can't wait to talk to you again to promote your next endeavor, which I know is just right around the corner. So feel free to reach out and come back on with us anytime. And I can't wait to revisit Vegas and all of our friends and stuff and bully you into giving us backstage tickets.
Anytime. No, that would be wonderful. I'd love that.